My name's Mikaela. I'm 26 years old. I'm originally from South Philly. My childhood growing up was pretty good. I came from a decent family, middle class. My mom was a nurse. At the time, my dad wasn't working, so my mom was taking care of everything. And my dad was the stay-at-home mom/dad, and he didn't have anything. But then my mom fell into drugs, and then my dad winded up taking care of us and starting his own company. And then she disappeared out of my life for 10 years, and I started doing drugs because I fell into a bad depression because I didn't have my mother around. And that's it, basically.
Yeah, your name, your age, where you're from?
My name is Matthew. I'm from South Philly. I'm 27 years old. I'm from, same thing, a middle class family. My mom and dad split. When my mom and dad split, I moved up to North Philly from South Philly, and I got into like selling drugs, and then my whole life changed. I stopped going to school. Then after I stopped selling drugs, I got into the drugs, taking perks, and then COVID happened, then fentanyl. Now I'm here.
Yeah, I started off with doing Percocets also, and then it winded up doing fake 30s. And then I overdosed one time, and I never learned my lesson, and then I turned into dope. And I still do it to this day because I feel like it makes me normal. If I'm sober, I feel like I'm not normal. I'm not a part of the lifestyle.
So the furthest I went to school was 8th grade year. I graduated 8th grade, then I started high school, and I literally went for like a week. And then every day I just scanned it and went out the side door and just was smoking weed, taking Xannies.
So you dropped out in the 9th grade?
Yeah, and then I started selling drugs.
How you got involved with selling drugs? Who introduced you to that lifestyle?
Where I lived at, I lived on E in Allegheny.
So you familiar with this whole
scenario? Yeah, so I started selling drugs. Then after I stopped selling drugs, I got locked up. And then I got my high school diploma in juvenile placement. And then when I came home from juvenile placement, I got out, but I had got picked up by adult court and went right to jail. So then I stayed in jail for like 6 months.
What was it like for you being locked up, the good and the bad?
The good was that I stopped doing drugs, but it's still drugs in jail. Like a lot of people snorting subs, they smoke K2 in jail, but I just stopped everything. I was stressed out. I just wanted to go home. But I was locked up in like adult jail for 6 months, but in placement I was in there for like 18 months. But when I came home, I met her.
I met him at the Gay Pride Parade in South Philly, in Center City, and when I met him, he was real skinny. It looked like, I don't know. Yeah, it looked like he was on drugs. Then we got together.
I still look good though.
And at first I really didn't know he was on drugs because I was not on drugs. Then I found out a little down the line, and somehow I got into doing it.
I just not give it to her.
You give it?
No, I said I got.
You wanted it.
Yeah, I wanted it.
I tried.
But what was there about him?
It was my fault.
What was there about him that caught your eyes?
He was handsome. He's handsome.
I look totally different when I.
Yeah.
You look handsome, brother. It's okay.
Yeah, and I met him at the Gay Pride Parade, and we've been together ever since.
We got a 6-year-old daughter.
Yeah, I had a kid. I stopped taking drugs. Then after I had the baby, I got into doing it again.
But I never stopped.
So
she stopped when she was pregnant.
She's
at my mom's at a birthday party right now.
So do y'all see your
we have her every day. Yeah, we haven't fallen that bad into it yet, but it's getting close to it. I feel like.
Yeah. It's getting there though.
What was there about this lady that caught your eyes, brother?
So I seen her before I got locked up. So when I came home, I hit her right up. And then
what attracted you to me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I seen the way you looked at me, so
I'm not pretty.
I knew you. Yeah, you're beautiful. She was pretty. But But I seen the way she looked at, and I heard what she
He was
said.
trying to get some cheeks.
I heard
out
what
of
she
jail.
said too, though.
He was trying to get
Went
some
to the
cheeks.
doghouse.
I heard what
Trying
she
to get
said
some
though, bro.
cheeks.
She was like, "Ooh, who's that?"
To the friend that I was
To the
gonna
friend
get
that I was already with. Ah!
Okay, so you got the girl, and so how long y'all been together for 8 years? You said.
Yes.
Wow, that's history, yo.
Yeah.
So what's the difficult thing about being in a relationship with a person that's on drugs? The good and the bad. What do y'all think? The good and the bad in a relationship?
The bad is that like when you don't got it, you're irritated. So we
We both argue with each other.
fight some like, but when we
But at first, when it was just him, it wasn't really. At first, I didn't know he was on it, so it was fine. Then
working.
yeah, he was working. We were always.
Found out he was on it.
I walked into the car and he had something crumbled up on a dollar bill, and I asked him what it was, and then I was like, "Can I get some?" And he didn't force me to take it. I wanted to take it, so I felt.
Temptation,
Yep,
basically.
yeah.
It was there.
Yeah, and I was.
Happened to people, places, and things,
Yeah,
right?
we was already together for a minute though.
yeah.
Okay, well,
But I tried this like, it was no saying no. You can't tell somebody.
All right, so now let's fast forward. What drugs are both of y'all struggling out here with, or both of y'all using?
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl. Is you the same thing too, brother?
Yeah.
No other drug?
Nah.
But you can't say that because you don't know what they put in the fentanyl.
Exactly right.
So do
That's
y'all?
true.
Until we get a DNA, what a drug test.
Drug test, yeah.
That shit probably got everything in there, right?
I smoke it.
Yeah, we both smoke it.
So now,
So we started snorting it though.
Yeah, we started
But that
smoking
shit that shit
it. It
was.
tore up our nose inside.
So we stopped. Stopped and we started smoking it.
So now, tell us about smoking it. What type of high does that give you?
When I used to snort it, it never got me high, like fast. When we started smoking it, that shit gets you high right away. You start
It's like it
dipping
hits
right
you
away. It hits you
faster.
way faster, yeah.
No, not
is it
dipping, not because we don't really get that.
Well,
high,
I say dipping because when I was snorting it, I never got like drowsy.
like we don't do
yeah.
it. Like we do it.
We don't do it to get like all
get well,
down. We
that's
just
well.
want to feel better.
So in
We're functioning drug addicts.
Yeah, cause I work and stuff. So like I can't look bad. Like
Yeah.
all right, y'all look good.
we got an apartment.
He used to work at Pico. Like yeah.
I got fired.
That's
Though.
why
I
we
got
don't-
fired though for the drugs.
It's all right. That's why we don't discriminate against people because we find out their background. We'll let them down.
Exactly.
But I still got a good resume and stuff, so I could get jobs and
So you
stuff.
say
Like.
you don't want him to say that? You
No,
want to
just
edit
shut
that
up.
out?
You keep
No,
talking too
she's-
much. Let
I
him
do
talk.
talk a lot. So what? It's good to talk.
Yeah, I
No.
mean, y'all getting it out. So now, y'all out here, how do y'all make money?
Well,
I
we
fix cars.
yeah, he fixes cars, and if we don't have a job,
I do
if you don't
everything,
have
bro.
a car to fix, then we usually go to Dollar General, steal some things, sell it to the mommy and poppy stores.
Boosting.
Yep.
Boosting. That's what a lot of people do out here.
But really though,
Yeah.
I can do anything.
This is the first year that he didn't have a
I
job.
TVs, anything.
He's very smart. He could do anything.
My mom, every family member called me.
But he's been taking care of us for the past 8
They need a
years.
tire change. They need this,
This
that.
So y'all say y'all have your own place,
Yeah.
and do y'all pay rent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much you pay every month?
What was it?
13.
It's $1,200 a month.
1,200.
Yeah.
How you? So
I still get unemployment.
Well, you know when that runs out, what are you gonna do, brother?
I apply for jobs every day. I'm trying to get a job.
Because wintertime is coming. You know it's gonna be vicious for the homeless out in the wintertime.
Oh, yeah.
Your place, right?
Yeah.
I got a car too.
You gotta. Damn. Yo, they're doing good.
I lost my car key though.
Ah,
Parked up there, up the corner.
so you gotta get it for they tow it. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So tell us what's 24 hours in Kensington look like for both of y'all.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, it's bad. During the day it's crazy, but at nighttime it's crazier. Like, but I never usually had a problem. But until the other night, when somebody bothered us,
Tell
and
us about that situation.
yeah, we were walking from Kensington and
I
Alec.
seen them first.
Yeah, first we were walking to K&A to go get some stuff, and I seen this Kia driving up and down the Allegheny. The kids were getting out the car and punching.
The
Yeah,
junkies.
Stop saying junkies.
They
Punch-
junkies.
That's the word people use, but we don't use it.
Fiends.
Break that
Fiends.
stigma.
Or not
Fiend is
fiend.
worse.
Is it? What is it?
Addicts.
Oh, addicts. I'm sorry. Okay, addicts.
Addicts.
They were punching the addicts in the face that were dipping, and they were getting back in the car. And then on the way home, I noticed the same car pull up on the side
was
of
like
us.
3 hours
They
later.
3 hours later, they started messing with us, and I told Matthew, I'm like, that's the same car that was doing punching
pulled
people.
up real slow to
Pulled
us
up
on
real
a
slow.
one-way.
Yeah, and they were basically playing around with us, messing with us, saying a whole bunch of
They
different
wasn't
stuff.
playing around. They took her purse.
Yeah, they took my purse.
But
yeah.
then they drove back down and threw it out the window.
Yeah, they pulled up to the gas
But she had
station.
shit in there.
They pulled out a gun, but he had something covering it. But I don't know. I don't know if it was really a gun under there or not. But I took that shit serious
She jumped
because
in
you
front of me,
never know nowadays.
She jumped in front of me.
And I was
They tried to shoot me.
yeah.
Let me ask y'all a question. Are
I
you
tried-
afraid of dying? Are you afraid of dying?
I don't think she is because she jumped in front of me.
Let me ask.
I tried to throw her out of. I think she was though.
I
'Cause she
think
was
I
freaking out.
think I am. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was trying to push her away.
Yeah,
And
because I
tried
was
slapping with the stick.
I was begging for my life.
She was begging. I was trying to push her out the way and go at.
But honestly, at first I was really I jumped in front of him because I don't want
saying,
to see
"Don't
something
shoot."
happen to him in
Kept
front of
saying,
me.
Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him.
Yeah, I was so scared.
And I pushed her out the way and tried to hit him with the stick, and she kept jumping in front of me.
That shit was so scary.
Yeah, that's scary. Having a gun.
Cause nowadays you don't know if that's real. Like if it was really a gun under there.
I don't think he had a gun,
He
though.
was dead
You
serious.
never know. That's the thing.
Bro.
You shouldn't find out.
Motherfuckers don't put guns under bags.
Yeah, and then they
don't
wouldn't
got
leave
it.
us alone. And then the
Bro, if you
driver,
pulling out a gun and you robbing me,
Yeah.
I'm pulling a gun out.
the driver was
I'm
like,
not
just
putting
take
it
her.
in a duffel bag and going like this with it.
That's crazy though.
But since they were scaring
And
her
they were
so much-
driving a fake. They were driving a car that was
car. They tried to sell it to
stolen.
the boy
They
at
tried
the
to sell it for $200 in the gas station. So that's how you know it was stolen.
So how do y'all stay safe out here with all this going on?
Go home after we cop up.
Yeah.
We don't really be out here like
I don't really walk
throughout
around
the
with-
as long.
I get in trouble if I
Yeah.
walk around with my gun.
All right. So now let's get back to it. We're almost done, right? What all have you lost to your addiction? You go first.
I lost a lot of my personal belongings that meant a lot to me because I didn't have money to get it, and the perks were getting expensive, and rent and everything, all the bills he paid, we couldn't really afford it, so we had to do that and sell stuff, personal stuff, and then it's winded up stealing, boosting.
But our daughter was always spoiled though.
Yeah, my daughter always
Like
has
every time we went
everything.
to Walmart to get like shit,
She has
stolen toys.
everything,
So she always got a toy.
and we
Clothes.
we take her to do that stuff here and there. Whoa.
If you see her right now, you wouldn't think that we was doing bad.
What are your fears? What are you afraid of?
I'm afraid that I'm gonna be on fentanyl for the rest of my life. But I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, I want to get help, but it's easier said than done, because
Have you tried in the past?
no.
Never yet?
No. I mean, I tried taking subs after I got done doing perks, but then that just led to doing
So what
Fetty.
makes it harder is both of us.
Yeah.
And we had the baby. So like it's like
If it was one of us doing it, I feel like it would be okay,
and the
but...
baby like little things irritate you when you withdraw. I don't know if you know
So
that.
yeah, that's another reason why. That's another reason why we don't want to stop right away, because it's like we have to take care of her. So we have to feel good, because you don't want to be sick,
And she
going through
see
hot and cold. And she says, "Mommy, why are you sweating so much?" And I'm like, I don't know, baby. I'm just hot. And then you just gotta feel good to be there, because if not, you're not gonna want to do anything. You're not gonna want to get up and do nothing.
That's one thing though, she never not been a mom.
So what if you stop using drugs today? Is she gonna stop using too?
I would be the one. I'm the one that does everything.
So,
She never goes, she don't know where.
I don't know really where to grab
so
it
what
from.
about you, brother? What are your triggers?
I don't know. I guess smoking weed. I started smoking weed again.
No, you were smoking
Oh, I was smoking
K2.
K2, and then when I stopped K2, I started taking perks again.
So is it possible for you to live your life without any substance, brother?
I want to.
What's making it hard for you though?
I don't want to leave my daughter. I don't want to go to rehab and get away from my
We're so
daughter.
attached to her.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Like it's like
That's
we
the
so.
worst one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We
See,
were every day, so it's like I don't know if I'm away from her more than a couple of days, I'd probably just be like real fucked up, man.
I know there's consequences of doing drugs, but I don't
like-
think about it at the time.
Nobody do, right?
It's like the willpower to just like have to leave her for a little bit to get better.
You're doing it for the best, though. You gotta think about it's all for the best.
And that's what I'm saying. You think my daughter would give me motivation to stop and do something with myself? Like, I don't want to be on this for the rest of my life. I want to do something with my life. I want to become something. My dad owns his own. My dad owns his own business. He said I could take over his business if I wanted to.
Lesson right there. So now let's wrap things up, yeah. So what will you say? What lessons have y'all learned from everything y'all have been through in life? What lesson has it taught y'all?
Psh, don't come to Kensington.
But we still do though.
I had to move down here.
Yeah,
If my mom and dad didn't separate
That's a
it.
good question. What lessons have you?
Well, if my dad wasn't a nut and kept the house and didn't give it to the woman like he's supposed to, I'd have never came up here.
What lessons
I'd have still
have
lived
I
in South
learned?
Philly.
I don't really.
It's like the nice part of South Philly. I probably wouldn't even know
Yeah, I'm talking about,
drugs.
you know, like lessons you have learned in life.
Lessons?
Like you said, don't do drugs. That's a lesson.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
Or don't trust certain.
But you can't tell
Oh.
nobody to do drugs because you don't know what they're going
Don't trust
through,
nobody.
and you don't know how they're feeling.
Nobody.
There's another way to handle your feelings without drugs. There's many ways to.
Yeah, but I was always the person growing up. I don't talk to nobody. I hold everything in.
I hear you.
I keep everything in my head, so it's just like.
She just started.